Hi there. Hi everyone. Champion children, dear parents and grandparents. Namaskar, pranam, and love to have the virtual presence and interactions. I also love to see that you too send back something. Whatever is happening amongst you, with your children, with your parents, with your each other, thinking of something, doing of something, something new, something. Paramahamsa Yogananda, great philosopher, spiritual leader, from nothing, he chose to become something different. He went up to the United States in 1920. 1920, long time ago. And just imagine, what has he created? The whole world, he must be having more than 600 centers in the world today. And they're all wanting to learn what he talked about and what he did. And it's not about God, God, God alone. Swami Vivekananda says that, those who say, oh, again, God, God, God. He says, atheist is the guy who says, I don't believe in God. So I often ask them, okay, what kind of a God you don't believe? So let's say the guy says, I don't believe in God with 10 hands and 3 heads and sitting on, let's say, a rat, or look like an elephant, or look like a monkey. I don't believe in God like that. So I often tell them, you know what? I also don't believe in God like that. But I believe in spirituality. So I'm asking you, Vivekananda said, atheist is the guy who don't believe in God. He says, atheist is the guy who does not believe in himself. You have to have shraddha, respect for your own self. I am a unique creation of God, or unique creation of this universe. I'm a unique creation of my mommy and daddy, of my entire, say, Shahnaz family, Patel family, Ghosh family, unique creation. And I'm going to do something. Paramahamsa Yogananda says something beautiful, and you should study all these Confucius and Plato and Shakespeare. And what did they say? Why did they say it? Reflect on it, dwell with it. Change your thought processes. Do it better, do it positive, not negative. So what is Paramahamsa Yogananda said? Something beautiful. He said, do something dazzlingly different. Become different. Don't become like everybody else and let your life go by and suddenly you say, oh, I'm 40 and 50 and 75 and what have I done? Nobody knows me. So young champion children, you are the one. I have read to you all many a time during the school days, to parents, to children. There is a holy book of the Hindus called the Bhagavad Gita. Asked if you know about it. The one which was written by Paramahamsa Yogananda called God Talks to Arjuna. Just imagine a battlefield. Kauravas and Pandavas are going to fight with each other. Pandavas are 5 and Kauravas are thousands of them. But the Pandavas didn't want anybody to keep on just dominating them and rule them. So Pandavas declared, okay, you give us, Pandavas were quiet, and Krishna was their spiritual leader and friend of Arjuna. You all know a bit of that story. And Krishna was approached by Duryodhana and Arjuna both before the war to help them. And Krishna was apparently sleeping. He's supposed to know everything, so he pretended sleeping. The Duryodhana came first, but he went and sat next to Krishna's head. And Arjuna came and sat on his feet, on the bedside near the feet. So as Krishna opened his eyes, naturally he was lying down, so he saw Arjuna. Arjuna said, Krishna, I have come here to seek your help. Duryodhana from there said, I also come here to seek your help. So Krishna said, okay, I will help you both. Krishna asked, since I have seen Arjuna first, because he was sitting in front of my feet, I saw him first. Because I saw him first, I gave him the first choice. So Krishna said, listen, I have all my huge army and horses and the elephants and everything else and the wealth of my kingdom. One side is that, and the other side is me, I alone. And I am not going to fight, but I will help with advices whoever chooses me. Other side, his soldiers, his elephants, his horses, his camels, and his wealth and money, people. Arjuna said, Krishna, I only want you. Now Duryodhana was thinking, as per the Mahabharata, written by Rishi Vyasa, that Arjuna is going to ask, because he got a first choice and he was impatient. He was going to fight. No, this is not fair. He was thinking Arjuna will say, I want all the elephant and the horses and the soldiers and the money to fight. Now he is from the practical world and this is from spiritual world. This spirituality I'm talking about is not having faith in your own self. Is called an atheist who doesn't believe in himself. Himself is spirituality. Spirituality, what is it? What is religion? Religion is a way of doing things. Religious. Way of doing things. Various religions do different ways. Some does like this, some does like this, some does like that, and like that they're various. And the Buddhists do differently and Jainis do differently. But they all lead to one truth. And now here, we will not get into all that. But in the spirituality, the biggest science of all, outside of you, is the science. What is that? Like supposing an apple falls. Isaac Newton saw the apple fall. All of you know, children and parents. He is the only one who asked, why did the apple fall? Why didn't it go up in the sky? And he thought and thought and thought. He came out with forces of gravity, became the top physicist of the world even till today. That's science outside of you. But the science inside of you is spirituality. Is who? You. Remember the last time I spoke about 10 men and they were counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and they were only counting outside of them. They forgot themselves. Now the message of Vedanta, message of IB is you are the answer. So what did Paramahansa Yogananda say? Discover, do something dazzlingly different. Be different. Don't become like everybody else. Become somebody else. Create something for which you will be known for many hundreds and thousands of years. You and I may die. So what? Our body will die. See, Buddha's body is dead. Paramahamsa, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Mahavir Jain, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind, their bodies are dead. But are their concepts dead? No. I'm not saying do like that. You could be Isaac Newton, Copernicus, Galileo, Bill Gates, whoever you like. Do something different. Think of it. Vivekananda is saying, the struggle that you are doing today, the struggle, COVID-19 and virus and the suffering, and there is lack of business and lack of money, and children, you must be hearing from adults and the parents and talking about that business. Don't worry, it's going to change very soon. And we pray it should happen very fast, before end of this month, before end of October. Keep praying. Why does it? The prayer is what? Wish. Ask for it. Like you have to ask, Mommy, I'm hungry. The mommy will cook special food, or mommy will say, okay, Maharaj, cook something nice. Whatever way you all work. Vivekananda is saying the struggle that you're facing today is building strength for your tomorrow. Because tomorrow you're going to do something very special. You're building a muscle now. You don't may go to the gym to build great abs or great muscles. You have to work today to have the muscle tomorrow, no? The Vivekananda, in a very special talk in New York in 1893, had spoken about how did this universe get created as per Vedanta. And surprisingly, the latest scientific discovery of quantum flux is talking about something similar. Ancient Vedanta talked about there was space, akasha, and there was energy, prana. And the prana with its energy worked with akasha and created this universe. In a very brief, I will not get into detail, we'll get into detail another talk. Today's intention is something else. What is quantum flux saying? Tiny, tiny particle, or none of them visible. Some may become visible. They pop into this huge quantum in the space, and for a fraction of a second they become visible, and next fraction of a second they become invisible. Become visible, that means you can see it, maybe with a microscope or something, and next instant it goes back and you can't see it. And this popping up and vanishing continues till, as per quantum flux, latest scientific discovery of the world, creation of this universe, is the creation of a Big Bang. And then with the Big Bang starts the universe creation. The modernistic theory. And come to think of it, they are very similar. Not entirely. We will talk about this world different. What I'm intending to talk about is, when you look at quantum theory, when you break down anything, let's say a 500 rupee note or a $100 bill, you break it down. Or let's say you break down a plant or a human body, man's body, woman's body, anybody. As you break it down, cut it down to smaller and smaller and smaller, you are coming to call molecules or cells. And then further down comes to atom. And further down comes to subatomic particle. Electron, proton, neutron, you all are very good at it. And some, those of you not, you will learn very soon, children. And when you break it down further, it comes to subatomic particle, further down. And then when you break it down further, they call meson, boson, electric, cryon. Boson was a particle with Dr. Jagadish Chandra Bose, an Indian. He discovered it. How? He was looking through the microscope and suddenly saw that it popped into view and it vanished. And he kept on doing research and he found the truth, named boson. And each one of these particles is infinite energy. And when you break it down further, comes what? As per quantum theory, Heisenberg and Einstein were the discoverer of this, called energy. Remember, I was just now telling Vivekananda said Vedanta theory, energy, and Akasha. Quantum is said energy and information. Look at both. Information is what? Data. And energy. Today, those of you who studied science, you know that energy, as per the theory, cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed. But energy can change from one form to another. Let's say this light can become heat, or sound, you all listen to loud music, can become hot, heat, sound to heat, light to heat, like that. You light a candle, heat will give you light, like that. Fire will give you light also, heat also. So, energy is what? Always there. Laws of thermodynamics. Everywhere. Everywhere. Now what do you need? Information. So, how is it linked with what Paramahansa Yogananda said? Do something dazzlingly different and become very special. How do you do it? Hey, it's very simple. Think different. Think big. Think. Create data and believe in it. Think. Look at it. India was oppressed till 1947. Somebody, Bapu Gandhi, father of the country, and a group of people who gave their life, the martyrs, thought of independence. India, you and I are enjoying independence. Somebody thought, we can fly. Bishop Wright and Wilbur Wright, their own father, Mr. Bishop Wright, he didn't believe it. He laughed at it when he was asked by the journalist, what do you think of your... And imagine, he went in to do an exhibition, science exhibition, where the Wright brothers were also there, and put up a stall to tell the people, we're able to fly. The Bishop Wright, after cutting the ribbon, was asked, what do you think, sir, about your two sons? They're saying they're going to fly. What did Bishop Wright said? It is there in London Museum, written in gold letter on a black ebony plate. Please visit it when you go down to London. He said, if God wanted us to fly, God would have given us wings and feathers. But look, today we are flying. He thought. Isaac Newton thought. Galileo thought. Copernicus thought. Your thoughts are very, very powerful. But what happens, most of us, most of the time, we are seeing garbage film, we are seeing garbage social media, and collecting garbage data. Like how? Don't mind the comparison. Can you imagine? You see the dogs eating from dustbin? That dustbin, that garbage, no? Can you think you and I, children, parents, adults, dear grandparents, we go and put our mouth into it like a dog and eating it? You say, yeah. I'm saying, yes, say that, yeah, to garbage thought. social media throwing garbage thought, or we are gossiping with garbage thought with no value, no discovery, no getting into the deep into it to find out if it's true or not true. Truth, as per Vedanta, can never change, will never die. So what is the truth? You say, who is Robbin Ghosh? You say there. Who's there? This body and this name, and what does it look like? And the action, what I do. No, that is not Robbin Ghosh. That is Robbin Ghosh's body and the mind and the action. In Sanskrit, Nama, Rupa and Vavahara. Name, form and action. That's not Robbin Ghosh. Who's Robbin Ghosh? That's what you want to start to find. We'll talk more and more on him. Now, today we are talking about how to become different, create something great. And children, you all are going to do it. As per Paramahamsa Yogananda, that Bhagavad Gita, page 246, volume 1, chapter 2. He's quoting Arnold Toynbee, a great historian, philosopher. That it goes like this. World religion physicist Houston Smith recalls that Arnold Toynbee predicted that in the 21st century, India, the conquered, would conquer her conquerors. 21st century is right now. India is shooting ahead. Arnold Toynbee predicted that India is going to go ahead and defeat everyone and be the world leader in everything. Spirituality, science, finance, economy, good health, great peace of mind. India will be the leader. Prediction by Bill Gates today. Shift is happening. Watch it, children. You can Google it or go to YouTube. Wikipedia, India's economy, study it. They all are talking about the same thing. That by 2024, from 2020, India is going to spearhead and go past China. And from there, beyond 2028, will be the world leader. Vivekananda says, never India will slide back again. I am asking you, who are these people who are going to make India a winner, a different, a leader? It's you, children. It's you. Not every one of you, but every one of you can. So become one. Do dazzlingly something different. Don't worry about the struggle today. Write that, if you're a DP student, write that 45 all over the house. Think 45 all the time. Wake up from sleep, 45. Go to the washroom, 45 in front of the toilet. In your worship corner, see 45. When you're eating, see 45. If you're an MBATI student, MBATI 45. Think 56. You will. And today you are seeing your brothers and sisters are doing it in this school, becoming world top. Think, dear parents, grandparents, could you and I ever be guided by our teachers? Did they ever say you could be India number 1 or you could be Maharashtra number 1? No. We were told about cricket and tennis and badminton. Possible. World beauty champion? Possible. But overall, world number 1, didn't even think of it. Nobody told me. So I'm jealous of you, children. So I will give you a small exercise. How do you make your thoughts very good and powerful? Sit still every day for about 15 minutes. Have 2 bowls. Take marbles or little pebbles. Black stones, white stones. 2 bowls, okay? And have 1 bowl right in front, which has got no stone. Sit still. Close your eyes. Breathe. Breathing in. And breathing in positive, powerful, creative, dynamic thoughts. And what thoughts? Don't know. Just thoughts. And breathing out. And breathing out negative, garbage thoughts. Breathing in. Do about 3 times or so. And then sit still for about a minute. Start after a minute. If it is a funny, bad, dirty thought comes, you take one black stone with your left hand without opening eyes and put it into the empty bowl in front. If a very good thought, nice thought, kind thought, helping mommy thought, loving grandma thought, or doing great 56 out of 56 thought, put a white stone there. Writing a great poetry, creating great scientific thing, making a new program, writing a story, creating great pictures, doing a great social work, helping a poor guy, put a white stone. And I'm going to take that one from so-and-so. I'm going to fight with so-and-so. That guy who was saying, I hate you, I'm going to see him. It's a bad thought, no? Put the black stone. After 15 minutes, open your eyes and see the bowl in front of you. How many white stone? How many black stone? Keep practicing it. Morning and evening, about 15 minutes. Can't do 2 times? At least do 1 time. Try 2 times if you want to be that great guy. Eat well. Till you will see, initially there will be more black stone, less white stone. Slowly the black stone will start reduce as you do this little breathing and this practice. And soon you will come to a point it is all white stone or maybe just 1 or 2 black stone. You are reaching there. Now your mind is getting focused and you can learn anything, remember anything, understand anything. You know what? I'll tell you a small, not story, it's real life. When I wanted to become a fighter pilot, I was in National Cadet Corps, NCC. I became under officer cadet. You know, 26 January, you see, that National Cadet Corps, I became the under officer cadet for that. And I was chosen for Army. I got selected for Army. They nominated because of my doing well in the Army Corps and the NCC. Not the Navy Corps, not the Air Force Corps. I was in the Army Corps. From the college, usual, I volunteered and joined. I was jumping. I've been chosen to join Army. I was just 14 and a half. Less than 15. My brother who was in the Air Force, he said, shut up, you're not joining Air Force. In Army, you join Air Force. I said, as what? He said, as a fighter pilot. I didn't even know what is fighter pilot. I started studying and finding out. And I said, wow, it's very good. I want to be fighter pilot. So I went for the SSB, called the selection board, all over India. And 420 of them were chosen, out of which only 9 got selected. But you know the story what I want to tell you? First inspector who checked me out and talked to me, he asked me, I still remember his name was Kotal Leader Chatterjee in Calcutta. I was in Calcutta then. He asked me, you want to join Air Force, right? I said, yes sir. He said, why do you want to join Air Force? I said, I love adventure, thrills. I want to be joining something to do for my life where adventure and action. He said, have you seen one aircraft landing? I said, no. He said, how do you know it is fulfilled action? I said, I don't know. He said, have you ever seen an aircraft taking off? I said, no. Children, you know, those days you couldn't see an aircraft like today. Everybody's seen aircraft and traveled in aircraft. I had not even seen an aircraft. I'm talking about 1964. (1963). 64 I joined. 63 was the selection. He said, have you seen an aircraft? I said, no sir. I've seen one, and then I said, you know, high up and small little smoke trail going on. I've seen like that. And everybody said, aircraft, aircraft, aircraft. And we should look up like that. So high up, couldn't see anything. It's called later on I learned it's called a contrail, white smoke that it leaves. I said, I've only seen that. He said, then why do you want to join? You don't know how to fly. You haven't seen an aircraft fly. You haven't seen an aircraft landing. You haven't even seen an aircraft. Why do you want to join Air Force? I could have got puzzled, but I don't know. I had by then made up my mind. I said, sir, I have seen the pictures. And he said, please, aren't you in the Air Force going to teach me how to fly and show me about the various aircraft? Then only I will learn, isn't it? And Comrade Acharya laughed out loud and he said, selected. And that's how we went from one to the other. Notice, when I got selected, they said, including one Air Force pilot came to visit me, he said 3 years training and it's very difficult to become a pilot. And fighter pilot? No way, very difficult. And actually, out of 420 odd children participating, only 9 got selected up to medical. And like that, they had about 100 odd pilots eventually after 1.5 years of selections. Then, during the training, many got suspended. I said, I'm going to become fighter pilot. What is that? Thinking, I'm not great, you are great. I just thought. Notice, information, energy, Western science. As per the Vedanta, Aham Brahmasmi, Main hi Brahma hu. I am the Brahma. I didn't know all that. But today when I read Akasha, Prana. Akasha is information, data, Prana is the energy. Knowingly, unknowingly, totally, for me, I created my career. How did I become? In this school, some other time. I wish you good luck. Play that game, have fun, create great things. Don't let dirty thought, funny thought, garbage thought, failure thought, coronavirus thought come in and weaken you. And the struggle that you're doing right now, helping that mommy, daddy that you're doing by working or creating a good, safe family and taking precautions will create a great future for you. I wish you good luck. Namaskar, grandparents, parents, children, I love you.